Hello, and welcome to Dex's Diners Deep Dive. Now, the name's a work in progress, but it's Star Warsy, so I thought I'd run with it. Basically, this is the first episode of a series where I'll just be breaking down all the newest in Star Wars news across the galaxy. So, up today is Mandalorian Chapter 12, The Siege. We're just going to kind of be looking at a synopsis, and the main points we'll be looking at the child, of course, cloning, the music, and then ultimately what's next for the show. So with that, let's just jump right into it. So, Chapter 12, Mandalorian and the child go back to Navarro, where they meet up with Grief Karga and Cara Dune, old friends from Season 1, and they help them destroy an old Imperial base that's set up still on the planet. So before escaping, the crew discovers evidence of a laboratory being used for who knows what by the Empire. And after a thrilling chase, the crew escapes, destroys the base, and the Mando and child head off to, I guess we'll find out in the next episode. So, key takeaways here. The child. First off, I am pretty sure this is the cutest child stuff that we have gotten ever in the show. I know that's pretty bold to say, but come on. First, we got that scene with the red and the blue wire. So cute. And if you think about it had nothing to do with the plot, yet I think I could probably watch that scene over and over. So cute. And then secondly, the child goes to school. I know not a familiar sight now during this whole pandemic, but in class. And something that I loved about that scene was that he actually uses the Force. We don't really actually see him use the Force, and before then, it's actually been a huge moment. So you think about Chapter 2, right, with the Mudhorn. That's a huge moment. You think about Chapter, let's see, it's Chapter 8, right? You think about it's Chapter 7, sorry. Chapter 7, he uses to heal Grief Karga's wound, right? That's huge. And then Chapter 8, he used to stop the fire, right? So these are huge moments that every time he uses the Force, it's something epic. And now here we are, and he's just using the Force to get some blue space macaroons, right? And so I love that. I think it just shows that they totally understand that, yes, the Force is something huge in the show, and they're going to acknowledge that every time the child uses the Force, it's going to be huge. But also, it's a child. So, love that. Okay, big thing in this episode, cloning. So, we got to the Imperial base, and there are all those, looks like back to tanks with, like, bodies in there. And then there was that recording saying that Moff Gideon had been using the child's blood, which was high in M count. Who knows what that means? Really, my guess, midichlorians, that's what it seems like. The Mandalorian's done a good job of kind of meshing, the two worlds of the prequels and the original trilogy and whatnot so that we stay in a cohesive timeline and everything. So midichlorian count, the child clearly has a high midichlorian count, so they need more blood. Who knows what the end game is? So that's what they're definitely teasing with Moff Gideon, is what he's actually planning to use those for, trying to create Force users. Who knows? But it was a good little tease. Ultimately, I think all this is going to climax soon, because of course we have big episodes coming up where the Force is going to be front and center. So I'm sure we will get a lot more information on that. Next section, next key takeaway, the music. Ludwig Göransson, oh my gosh, of course, amazing score. It's great. However, I was just talking to my friend about this the other day, which is really funny, which was, I was saying, I wonder when the first time Ludwig is going to use a John Williams theme in his score, because I love the Mandalorian score and all of that, but I just imagining the Force theme or something like that coming into it, I was like, that's going to be epic, and of course it's going to be used on purpose, and whenever that happens, it's going to be awesome. Little did I know it was going to be actually in this episode. So in the end, Cara Dune is there, and the New Republic pilot comes over and is like, hey, we really could use you because there's something going on in the Outer Rim here, or in these planets over here, and we really need local support to understand that. And so he lays his, the New Republic badge on the table for her to basically consider it. However, we as Star Wars fans know that the New Republic turns into the Resistance. And so in that scene, Ludwig actually plays a much slower, much calmer rearrangement of the Resistance theme, the March of the Resistance theme from I mean, technically Star Wars The Force Awakens that John Williams wrote and used throughout the entire sequel trilogy. So I thought that was a huge moment that was really, really cool because are we going to get to see the resistance ever fully formed in this show? Who knows? It's not really what it's about. But the point is we know that's where it's going. And so I love that Ludwig brought that in, gave some ode to John Williams in that, and put his own little spin on it. So that was just great. So what's next? It's all over the internet, and the truth is what's next is, frankly, Ahsoka Tano is coming. We haven't talked about it at all yet, but Ahsoka Tano is coming. My hope is that it's going to be awesome. But the truth is the episode comes out tonight, and I'm going to be releasing another episode tomorrow, breaking down everything. We'll go over what it means, how she got there, any information that they give, we'll be breaking it down. So hopefully these episodes are informative. I have a lot of knowledge on Star Wars and Star Wars lore, and I really just want to be a channel that can fill people in on a lot of the unknowns, maybe fill in some of the lore. So if anyone watching sees this and feels like something else was needed in the episode, please just comment. I'm going to be reading all the comments just to see what I can do in these episodes. I'll be showing it to everyone and seeing what they want from it too. But yeah, please feel free to let me know, or if there's something else you want me to talk about, address other things, other topics, other Star Wars aspects. I was thinking of going through Clone Wars and top picks of those episodes. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Yeah, like I said, leave a comment below if you have any ideas for what to do next. Thanks. See you next time.